Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to have a little chat about the upcoming preview, the Warhammer Online preview Warhammer Preview Online. I get it the wrong way around every single time, but only because Warhammer Online Preview sounds way more... Look, it's that, but I've said it before, I'll continue saying it forever and ever, forever and a day. Warhammer Online Preview is just easier to read. It's easier to say. It's easier to say out loud. I can't help myself. I do it every single time. And I bet every time you're sitting there going, Kiri, how many have we had now? How many of these online previews have we had? Why do you just do it again? Why did you just do it again? You just said it again. You just said online preview instead of preview online. In the middle of you pretending to be me, getting exasperated at the fact that you say it wrong every time. It's a disaster, an absolute disaster. Anyway, it's the Dead and the Divine, and here is what there is going to be revealed, sort of, kind of. Well, the things that are going to be revealed will be for these things that we can see here. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, which I did not register yesterday at all. We did the Monday Ramble as normal, but there was not really anything to talk about because there's no releases next week. But there was a graphic up there, I'm pretty sure it was this exact graphic, in fact, showing what would be involved in the preview on Saturday. Did not twig Kill Team, I don't think. I'm just surprised. I didn't realise Kill Team was still a thing. I mean, obviously it's still a thing, but it feels like it's been a long time since it's had any sort of new stuff, right? It's not just me, is it? I mean, we could go through every article that they put up in the last year to find out, but that is not happening. Adeptus Titanicus, Warhammer Underworlds, not surprised by that at all because we already knew that something was happening for them, and mystery. The mystery box there. What's in the box is the question.
What's in the box?
So, what do we think is going to happen? What do we think we're going to get for this particular preview? Well, I have to admit that in some ways, that's a bit of a loaded question because I already know two of the things that we're going to get because it's been spoiled/leaked way early, which I have to admit, this time around, I'm not... I was just like, oh man, I kind of wish I hadn't seen that. I kind of wish I'd just found out on the day. I don't know, I think, like, the last year has been so full of surprises in the worst way possible. With this preview, I was like, you know what? I don't really know what's going to show up, apart from one thing. I will say, the Dead and the Divine, that specifically, that's clearly going to be undead for Age of Sigmar. I already knew that before there was a leak, which, by the way, I will put a link in the description to the images. They're both low res as anything. They will not survive the upload to YouTube. It'll look garbage. So check them out if you like. I'm not going to overtly spoil it in this video, because I know that there are enough people who just don't want to be spoiled early. They want to wait and they want to see what's going to happen, which is actually the kind of attitude that I had going into this one, unfortunately. Like, the Dead thing was clearly going to be undead for Age of Sigmar. You see Dead, you think probably Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar, maybe Blood Bowl at a push, but Blood Bowl has already got their undead team, so chances are it's going to be AOS. The Divine, just for a moment, I was like, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be cool if they just went, like, they did like a hard swerve? The Divine could mean anything. What if the Divine was the return of Demon Primarch Lorgar? I mean, you wouldn't necessarily immediately think divine in that context. You might think something to do with, like, a living saint or something of that nature. But it would be such a cool swerve, because surely he would be counted as divine. He has the blessings of all four Chaos gods. He is a champion of Chaos Undivided. He has the Demon Primarch to kind of support that claim. That would be a fun thing to do. Now I'm reasonably sure that is absolutely not the case. Although, if it does turn out to be that now, I'm going to be happy and amazed. Because it seems very unlikely. It seems very, very unlikely, but it would be cool. To be honest, there's not a huge amount to go off, but I feel like there's a few things that we can probably place bets on. For Age of Sigmar, clearly something to do with undead. As I say, that's not a guess. That's just 99% what's going to happen, especially if the thing that has shown up is accurate, which, as I say, I'll link in the description, won't overtly spoil. Divine could be, as well, something that's already been leaked, or it could be something interesting, like in terms of, I don't know, there's a Minister and Priest. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. There is a 40k model that was teased a while ago that had like the power pack from the Minister and Priest from the the Inquisition range. Could be something to do with that. That would be interesting. That's maybe something to keep an eye on. So that could be a 40k thing. Kill team, honestly, no clue. Absolutely no clue. That could be anything. I mean, the introduction of other units that you're able to take, like some new starter sets for that. It feels like it's been so long since that's got any sort of attention that I don't even know what they would do with that now. I mean, expand it out again? Maybe do some sort of new campaign book or something like that? I think that's all I can think of. Titanicus is clearly going to be some sort of knight thing, probably. I would imagine it's going to be more knights. We have a good range of knights for Titanicus now, but I think there's still a couple missing, right? I think there's still a couple missing, unless they're going to do something crazy. Oh, let's go full left field for Adeptus Titanicus. Let's say the introduction of an Imperator Titan. Let's say that as the hard left field option. But for the rest of it, let's say it's probably going to be some sort of... I'd guess maybe again another campaign with some more knight bits so you can outfit your knights a bit differently. Maybe some fresh weapons for the Titans. We'll go hard swerve into the Imperator being announced though, because that would be funny. Seems very unlikely. Very, very unlikely, but it would be kind of fun. Underworlds, they've already mapped out what's happening for Underworlds. So there's going to be a new warband that looked very vampire piratey kind of thing, which also would kind of tie in with Age of Sigmar as well. So that is most likely going to be that. And in fact, we've already seen, although we haven't talked about it on the channel yet, a new Lizardman team for Underworlds. Team? It's not a team, is it? It's a warband. They're not playing Blood Bowl. They are a different thing. But we've already seen that, so probably just stuff that we've already seen hinted at already for Underworlds. I don't expect there to be anything massive going on there. The big thing, of course, is the question mark. Now, personally, I would love it to be Battlefleet Gothic, but I suspect that's not going to be the case. I think probably... They've said before, I forget when this was, it was quite a while ago now, that redoing Battlefleet Gothic would be quite the undertaking. That it might be, like, it would halt production on a lot of other stuff, or at least slow everything right down for the specialist games guys over at Forge World, so I don't know whether it would be that. I would really, really like it if it was. I've said before that I missed out on Battlefleet Gothic, and I remain sad about that, because just massive fleet combat it is very much my thing, and a new kind of officially supported version of it would be right up my alley. I would really, really like to mess about with that. I doubt it's going to be that, though. Maybe something that interacts with Titanicus in some way. Could be some sort of introduction of, like, maybe an epic style thing again. Whether it would go that far, maybe just introducing other vehicles to start with. So doing like a tank version. I mean, we've already got Adeptus Titanicus. We've got Aeronautica Imperialis. So we've got Titans and Knights. And we also have planes. Doing like tank warfare, it might sound a little bit kind of, well, don't we have something similar already? But I don't think that bothers Games Workshop anymore, unduly anyway. We've got plenty of like skirmish games from Games Workshop. They obviously don't mind about doubling up on products that they technically already have. Like, I mean, Necromunda and Kill Team and Warcry and Underworlds, although Underworlds is very different because it has the card component, you know, you've got quite a few kind of small skirmish games going on within the same like ecosystem. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like that. But I have to admit, my hope is always Battlefleet Gothic, and I don't think necessarily that is what it's going to be. Could also be some sort of big show-off thing about the old world. Could be that. Could be Warhammer Fantasy the Old World. They could be showing something of that off. But it's kind of tricky. For some reason, I've just got it into my head that it's going to be something of similar scale to like Adeptus Titanicus and Aeronautica Imperialis. Something like that. Something, but more kind of... more ground-focused. They don't need anything sort of sky-high because they've already got Aeronautica. I've just got it in my head that it might be something like that. I don't think it would be an entire... No, I can't think of anything round that. That's all I've got in my head, and I can't get rid of it, which it probably means it's going to be totally wrong, as these things often are. But that's where we hand it over. That's where we hand it over to you, because maybe you've got an idea that I haven't. I think you've probably got several ideas that I haven't, and most of them are probably better than my ideas. So let me know in the comments down below what you reckon it might be. I think I'm actually still looking forward to this. As I say, a couple of things have already been spoiled, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do, because I think I'm now at the point where I went through a stage, I think, of still enjoying... Someone is apparently chopping their entire house down around me. I will try and make sure that that doesn't come through in the audio. I think a lot of people were getting a bit kind of fed up of the preview stuff. And I have to admit, I was kind of getting to the stage where I was like, do I want to watch it or do I just want to read about it after? I think probably read about it after. But I think at this point, there's just been so much crap news that it's kind of nice to let yourself get excited about something again. As long as you go in kind of accepting that it might not be what you want, and as long as you go in kind of thinking, well, at the end of the day, it's all fresh stuff that I didn't know about before, and some of it is probably going to be fun. Even if it's not something that I play necessarily, there's always at least something to have ideas for and to get a bit of inspiration from. And I think I've kind of gone back to quite looking forward to them, because even if there isn't anything in there that like absolutely blows me away, there's always ideas and there's always like a basis for other stuff, and sometimes they just bring out something that is absolutely quality. And yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Let me know what you reckon in the comments down below. Do you think you're going to watch it live, or do you think you're just going to do the community thing when it's all finished, or are you just going to wait for me to talk about it? You could do that if you like. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you want. It's entirely up to you. I'll see you for the next one.